up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be discussing and reacting and also analyzing the current situation in regards to Dani Olmo and Pau Victor's registration in La Liga. As things currently stand, both players were unregistered yesterday morning following the fact that Barcelona did not submit all of the necessary documents in time for their registration. There's been a lot of news over the past 48 hours, chopping and changing. Dynamics is moving, dynamics are not moving. There's an extension, there's not an extension. Based on what's happening right now, the current situation is that Barcelona have until tomorrow, Friday, to submit proof of the payment for the VIP seats in order to have Dani Olmo and Pau Victor registered. Of course, the club did release an official statement on New Year's Eve saying that all the documents that we have in regards to the registration of Pau Victor and Dani Olmo have been submitted, and now it's in the hands of La Liga. Apparently, La Liga also released a statement saying that there's no proof of the funds. That's one of the main aspects missing. So that's what La Liga need in order to finalize all the registration. That's what this current situation is looking like. But as of right now, they're both unregistered, but there still is a little bit of time to get everything over the line. Now, inside the club, they are transmitting a lot of calmness. You have ESPN coming out saying that Barcelona expect by tomorrow all the money from selling the VIP seats at the new Spotify Camp Nou will have been received. This should solve the issue caused by La Liga's executive committee refusing to approve the document due to insufficient payment guarantees. Also, reports are suggesting the club's goal is to have the registration issue of Dani Olmo and Pau Victor resolved by Saturday. The only thing left is La Liga to confirm the funds received from Barcelona's VIP box sales, as the necessary paperwork was submitted correctly and on time before the deadline. Of course, that coincides with the official announcement that Barcelona did announce on New Year's Eve. Also, Toni Marti came out saying that Barcelona sources continue to say that they are confident and believe that Dani Olmo and Pau Victor will be registered before Saturday. It's clear the club seems to have a plan and trust in it. Now, you're hearing from La Liga's side that, oh, it's over, there's nothing we can do now, where again, it's not really a poker game, but it's, people's words against the other. I still believe that since we have submitted everything on time, that this should be being able to go through. But again, it will come down to really, I think, more so politics and the actual rules of the registration. Now, also Raccoon came out saying that Barcelona are confident in registering Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, as the funds from the investors are expected to arrive between Thursday and Friday. The deal has been finalized. Once the money is verified by La Liga, both players will continue with the club without any problem. So again, like I mentioned in the beginning, we just now need to show the actual funds coming in. We've showed them the plan, where the money is coming from, and how to balance the books, and La Liga have approved that, but I just want to see the money come in to Barcelona's accounts. Pretty much. That's all we're waiting for at this point. I've seen a lot of people online losing their marbles, criticizing Laporta, all this sort of stuff. I'll talk about that near the end of the video, but I also want to discuss some reports coming in on inside the club. Now, Javi Miguel came out with a report yesterday morning following the first training session of the new year, saying that according to those in the locker room, Dani Olmo arrived in training a little disappointed and concerned because of his registration situation. Gavi, Rafinha, and Pedri all consoled him while Dani Olmo spoke with Flick 2. Nonetheless, Olmo would like to stay at Barcelona. He's really sad and upset as he arrived at training. Hansi Flick tried to reassure Dani Olmo, making it very clear that he won't leave him behind, that the situation will be resolved. But the truth is there are a lot of uncertainty within the club. I mean, man's acting like he lost a child. You've been unregistered for like 24 hours. Of course, if the situation ends with the fact that you are not registered and then you cannot play football for 6 months, sure, you can be disappointed. I'm not saying you cannot be worried, but all this, biatching and moaning just isn't a good look from my perspective. Now, Mundo Deportivo also came out saying that Dani Olmo has been living these last few hours with uncertainty and restlessness, while Barcelona told him and Pau Victor that they will be able to register them by Friday. So again, the club is still transmitting calmness and tranquility, and the players hopefully are receiving that. Now, finally, this report is the one that really pissed me off the most. Sport came out saying the squad is emotionally affected by what's happened with Dani Olmo and Pau Victor. Do we have a squad of fucking kids? They're acting like the freaking guy's dad died. Oh my god, emotionally affected. This team is cooked, man. If we win a trophy this season, I might have to go around and give them a Guard of Honor just for that. Emotionally affected. The situation's not done yet. You have the club telling you, we're gonna have everything done by Friday, relax, and you're out there crying in the locker room during training. Oh my god. Look, I've seen a lot of people go at Laporta and saying that, oh, this should be done last second, and everyone's right. This shouldn't be done last second. Why he does things last second, I have absolutely no idea. But he's been very consistent with doing everything last second since he was re-elected in 2021. Messi deal, you let him know 5 minutes before the deadline. The registration of Memphis Depay and Eric Garcia and Kun Agüero, the registration of Kunde, Christensen, and Rafinha, the registration of the two Joaos, everything has been done last second. Why? I don't know. That's his tactic. Maybe he's lazy. I have no idea. But what's the constant denominator with all those factors? In the end, everything was done. Maybe he likes the roller coaster. Maybe he likes all the, media outlets getting a nice little juice from it. I have no idea. But the situation will be resolved. There is no way that he's going to let these two players not be registered. Again, everything in terms of paperwork is done. All that's needed now is proof of the funds to go through. There's been a lot of talk of what will happen if both players are not registered. I don't know. People are saying that he can play in the Champions League. Some people are saying he cannot. Some people say he can go out on loan. Some people say he can't go out on loan. He has to leave for free and then come back. Pau Victor can leave on loan. Why can Pau Victor not be registered when his salary is very low compared to Dani Olmo? All these answers are a null, in the sense that no one knows. Only people who know the answers are La Liga and the Barcelona board. And the media is just speculating, making predictions, so when the news comes out that they're actually right, they can go on and use that and gloat to that. That's what I think is currently happening. But there's not, like I told you guys in the last few videos, even during New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, there's not been a worried bone in my body. But I'm watching the movements of people, seeing how they react, because we've had, presidents like Bartomeu who crippled the club, Santa Rose who almost put the club in bankruptcy, Adu Gaspar who almost, put the club on, turmoil. And you have Laporta being called for resignation because he's almost not registering players. Like, if you look at what Laporta has, you have to remember as well that everyone's against Barcelona. You have Atletico Madrid, Athletic Club, Sevilla breathing down the necks of La Liga, telling them make sure Barcelona do everything to absolute T. If they don't, we're gonna file complaints and lawsuits, blah blah blah. It's literally everyone against Barcelona, which means that there is absolutely no room for error whatsoever. And you have everyone in Spain against you. No leniency, no leeway. If this situation was with Real Madrid, what do you think would happen? It wouldn't bat an eye. They probably would have been registered 3 weeks ago. Because like, oh yeah, you have proof of funds later? Oh yeah, sure, no problem. When you have everyone against you, it makes the situation even more difficult than already is, especially with all the lights on you as well. People climb for Laporta's head for me is absolutely crazy. I mean, it just goes to show that some people just don't know ball. I see someone on Twitter say, oh, is Laporta the most emotional president ever? He's very emotional, he's very connected to the club. I'm like, this man let Messi walk for the greater good of the club. You're telling me that he makes decisions emotionally. I mean, piss right off. Look, you can only criticize things when the situation is resolved. Right now, the situation is not resolved. We are still on track to have both these two players registered by Saturday's game against Barcelona in the Cup. If they are not and they're officially done, then they can go in, of course, criticize Laporta. I'm not saying this is not an area to criticize Laporta whatsoever, but to say that he has to get the call for his resignation for me is absolutely blasphemy. After recent presidents have done worse, and in the end, it's a situation that can be resolved. I mean, it's just so clear to me that we have the most reactionary fan base ever. And again, you have to just wait for this, situation to fold out. Of course, we're gonna have the match preview tomorrow for the Barcelona game. We'll see if there's gonna be any news going into that match preview, but I'm very confident that this will go through. Once the money arrives in the Barcelona's bank account, they can go and, of course, submit it to La Liga, and then we'll wait and see how things turn out. But again, the next 24 to 48 hours will be crucial. I am recording this on the eve of New Year's Day, and nothing's really happened today. But they have been both unregistered, which shows again that the club has to do something very, very soon to get them, of course, re-registered. I was wondering about why Laporta is not using the space of Ter Stegen's salary as well. That maybe hints at the fact that Ter Stegen could actually be back at some point this season, maybe around April or May, because Laporta did mention this a few weeks ago, saying that we have so many options to register Pau Victor and Dani Olmo, whether it be sales of VIP boxes, the Ter Stegen's salary space. So he already kind of hinted at that. I'm surprised he hasn't used that to our advantage. But again, it's a situation that we have to wait and see what happens. But again, the situation right now is that the Barcelona has submitted all the paperwork. They have all the proof of funds, all the proof they have, not only to register Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, but return Barcelona to the 1-1 rule. All they need now is the actual money from the Middle East, from Dubai, wherever they sold these VIP ticket boxes, to arrive. That's all that's needed left. And then there was reports about there being extension, and the report wasn't true, and all this stuff. But the club are saying if they have the money in their accounts by Friday, the situation will be resolved. So let's see if the money arrives. Let's see if the money doesn't arrive, and we'll see what happens when we head into Saturday. That will be, of course, the big decision making. This is it's not the greatest of looks on the club, but again, we've been through the situation a bunch of times now. This will not hinder how we work in the transfer market in the sense of players not coming and stuff like that, especially now that this will bring us back into the 1-1 rule, which hopefully will be a huge advantage for us going forward. But again, if this does not turn out the way it should be, then of course the criticism will arrive, and it will be rightfully so. So wait and see what happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, but hopefully everything does go through and that these two players are re-registered with Barcelona this season. Of course, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the situation. Are you for Laporta, against Laporta? Do you think these two players will be registered in the end or not? And what do you think will be the circumstances if these two players are not registered for Barcelona in terms of consequences for both players going out on loan, Dani Olmo activating the clause in his contract to leave for free? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.